Blessings, everyone. So, this is a kingdom spouse word, and this is pertaining to those that are standing right now for marriage restoration, and for those that are dealing with a counterfeit in their marriage union, whether they are already in a union, married, or God has not brought them together in marriage yet, and there's a counterfeit involved. I apologize for the noise in advance in the background. I am in a public place, but the Lord did tell me to put this word out today. So I do want to make sure that I walk in obedience and do that no matter where I am. So it's coming from Proverbs 29:5. And he did give this to me this morning when I was spending time with him. It says, "Those who flatter their neighbors are spreading nets for their feet." So he is saying this is what's going on right now between the spouses and these counterfeits. So those who flatter their neighbors are spreading nets for their feet. That is the verse. So that is when someone uses smooth words and fake compliments to stroke another person's ego. So it's false flattery. So they are using these smooth words and these fake compliments to blind one another from their true intentions. So right now there is a lot of witchcraft. This may pertain to some, not all, that is going on right now in the relationship between the counterfeits and the spouses. And with witchcraft, of course, that is manipulation. And when there is witchcraft being done on someone that has open doors, anything that is said to that person is taken as it being true when it's all deceit. But we know that witchcraft can only last but so long. So eventually it will completely wear off and their true intentions will start to show. The veil will be removed, and the spouse that the witchcraft is being done on, they will be able to see the true intentions of the counterfeit. And not only that, the spouses that have been having the witchcraft done on them, when the witchcraft is starting to wear off, those fake emotions that they have for the counterfeit because of the witchcraft, the fake compliments, the false flattery will now wear off. So their true intentions will show, their true feelings will show now to the counterfeit. So all this manipulation is to make the person receiving the flattery an easy target to be taken advantage of later on. So the net is being laid by the very person that is doing the flattery. So they think, that their compliments and their smooth words are just set in stone, right? But not knowing that that is deceit, that is manipulation, and what's done in the dark will come to light. So when it does come to light, they will now be exposed, and they will have to face the consequences of their deceit. So compliments, and I did look this up on Google, is sincere, unselfish expressions of appreciation or encouragement, truthful and intent to build the other person up. So compliments are sincere versus flattery, right? Flattery is excessive, exaggerated, or outright dishonest praise used to gain favor, secure a selfish outcome, or to control the target. And with witchcraft, that's what they are wanting to do, control the target. So now, this is how the spouses are now starting to feel towards the counterfeit, and this is how the counterfeit is not feeling towards the spouses. So all that deceit, all the false feelings and the false emotions, it can no longer be hidden no more. They can no longer fake the funk. Everything is being exposed from the side. They are now being ensnared by their lies and ensnared by the deceit, and they are being forced to now have to be honest with one another, and the feelings and emotions are not matching. God said this morning, and the lies, the deceit can no longer be hidden. The true feelings are now arising. So now that the witchcraft is breaking off, now that the Lord is destroying the witchcraft that the counterfeits have done to the spouses are now coming to their true feelings for the counterfeits. They are now seeing what is going on. Like, I do not really like this person the way I thought I liked this person, and the counterfeits are now seeing that the witchcraft is wearing off and that these spouses do not like them, and the counterfeits are now also showing their true intentions because they don't really like the spouses either. They are sent on assignment by the enemy, and that is it. It's not that they truly care for these spouses. They are sent to kill, steal, and destroy. So now that the witchcraft is wearing off, right? Now that God allowed them to experience what they wanted, right? Because for some, He did allow them to experience what they wanted. Okay, you want him, or you want her. I'm gonna allow you to have each other. And now that everything is being said and done, they are not liking that. The counterfeits are showing their true intentions. I don't really like you. I'm just sent on assignment. So they're showing their true intentions and motives. And now the spouses are seeing that they made the wrong decision and the witchcraft is wearing off. So they're not knowing what is going on. But what they do know is that they don't truly like these counterfeits. They don't have feelings for them. And now they're trying to figure out how they can get out of this situation because the flattery, the lies, the false imagination, that false counterfeit relationship is now breaking down. God is pulling up those relationships that He did not plan. Basically, they are miserable with one another, and God is allowing it because He wants them to see this is what you wanted, right? But also, it's a way to draw them back to the Lord, His prodigal sons. And for the counterfeit, God is going to have His will and His way in their lives, especially those that were dabbling in occult practices and witchcraft practices. So I pray that this message blesses whom it's supposed to, and just know that what you see with your own two physical eyes is not always how it is. God is saying that they are miserable and they are wanting out, and they do not know how to get out of it now, and they have to now lay in the bed that they have made. They now have to get themselves out of it and be honest and leave these counterfeits. And once they walk away from these counterfeits and close the doors on these counterfeits and let the Lord know that that is whom they choose, then God will come in and intervene. But until then, they have to now get themselves out of that bed that they made and be honest from all of the deceit and the manipulation and the lies.